Talent comes in different shades. For 21-year-old Chizoba Amalu with little education, he's been able to build a car. Yes, a car. It took this young man 10 months to construct his own automobile, and it's a prototype of Gravity X.
This is the Voice of Africa News.
Welcome to Voice of Africa News, your trusted source for accurate and up-to-date news from across the continent. If you're visiting us for the first time, please share, and subscribe to stay informed and connected to the real stories shaping Africa. Your support helps keep our voice strong. Disclaimer: the content in this video is based on credible, publicly available sources, official statements, and other verified online materials. It is meant for educational, informational, and analytical purposes only. We do not promote hate, violence, misinformation, or political unrest. Our goal is to provide meaningful insight into current events, highlight local perspectives, and encourage informed discussion throughout Africa. A story of innovation, controversy, and curiosity is emerging from southern Africa tonight, where a Zimbabwean inventor is once again making headlines for a bold technological claim. Maxwell Chikumbutso, a self-taught engineer and founder of Set Technologies, is drawing international attention for what he describes as a self-charging electric vehicle. According to Chikumbutso, the vehicle operates without the need for external power sources, no gasoline, no electric charging stations, but instead runs on what he calls a microsonic energy device, harvesting power from radio frequency waves in the environment. The invention, showcased in Harare, has reportedly undergone multiple demonstrations in front of investors, government officials, and select media. In these demonstrations, the vehicle appears to function without any connection to a charging cable or fuel input. Chikumbutso claims this groundbreaking technology not only powers the car indefinitely, but also offers sustainable, clean energy alternative to conventional electric vehicles. However, the announcement has been met with significant skepticism from the global scientific community. Experts argue that the technology defies the fundamental laws of physics, especially the principle of energy conservation. As of yet, the invention has not passed peer-reviewed testing, nor has it been patented due to questions about its feasibility. Still, the story is resonating with many across Africa and beyond. To some, Chikumbutso is a visionary, a modern-day Nikola Tesla. To others, he is a cautionary tale of science being overshadowed by sensationalism. Chikumbutso himself attributes his inspiration to divine guidance, saying in interviews that his ideas come through spiritual visions rather than formal engineering training. Whether a genius ahead of his time or the center of a growing scientific debate, Maxwell Chikumbutso has certainly sparked international dialogue on energy, innovation, and the future of transportation. As this story develops, all eyes will be on Zimbabwe, waiting to see whether this invention will stand the test of scientific scrutiny or fade into the long list of unverified technological claims. We'll continue to follow this story and bring you updates as they become available. From the streets of Harare to the labs of the world, the pursuit of energy innovation continues, and Maxwell Chikumbutso's self-charging car remains both a mystery and a marvel. Stay with us.
Creation, a Bernese Stoneham sports car, Puri. The sleek luxury ride, specially designed for the African landscape, is powered by an 8.2 V8 gas engine.
Africa is not short on genius, it's not short on innovation, and it's definitely not short on visionaries. But here's the hard truth. Africa is still waiting for approval, waiting for validation, and sometimes waiting for permission to lead. One man stands at the center of this paradox, Maxwell Chikumbutso, the Zimbabwean inventor who shocked the world with his self-charging electric car, a car that doesn't need fuel, doesn't need charging, and defies what we thought was scientifically possible.
The powertrain, we did it in-house, which makes it the first electric vehicle in the world that drives without needing recharging systems. On the greener power off-grid machine, it's very unique for the first time energy is being generated using a radio frequency and without moving paths.
But instead of launching his innovation on African soil with African support, Chikumbutso, like many before him, looked to the West, to America, to China, to places that didn't
Across
create
the
him,
African continent,
but now
a
control
new wave of innovation is reshaping the global narrative on science and technology. From rural workshops to high-tech labs and urban centers, African inventors are creating solutions to some of the most pressing challenges facing the continent and the world. In Kenya, a young engineer has developed a smart glove that converts sign language into audible speech in real time, offering a powerful communication bridge for the deaf community. The invention, called Sign.io, uses flex sensors and microcontrollers to translate hand movements into audio via a smartphone app. It's a groundbreaking example of inclusive technology being driven by local needs. Meanwhile, in Nigeria, teenage girls from Lagos stunned the world when they designed and built a urine power generator. The device, which produces 6 hours of electricity from 1 liter urine, was showcased at a local science fair and sparked widespread interest in alternative energy sources. While still in prototype stages, it represents a critical step toward energy independence in communities that often experience erratic power supply. Further south in Malawi, William Kamkwamba, once a teenager who built a wind turbine from scrap materials, continues to inspire. His story, immortalized in the book and film, The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind, remains a powerful symbol of how creativity and perseverance can transform a community. Today, Kamkwamba advocates for STEM education across Africa, ensuring that more young inventors get the tools they need to succeed. In South Africa, innovators are making strides in renewable energy and medical technology. One startup has created solar-powered backpacks that charge electronic devices during the day and provide light at night, helping students study after dark. Another team of inventors is developing low-cost diagnostic tools to detect diseases like malaria and tuberculosis in rural clinics. These are just a few examples of how African inventors are leading a quiet revolution, one built on ingenuity, resilience, and a deep understanding of local problems. Yet despite these accomplishments, many innovators continue to struggle with access to funding, patents, and global recognition. As the world looks to more sustainable and equitable futures, the stories of African inventors serve as a reminder that some of the most transformative solutions may come from the very places long overlooked by traditional power centers. With the right support and visibility, the next big breakthrough may not come from Silicon Valley or Europe, but from a schoolyard, a village, or a small lab somewhere in Africa. We'll continue to spotlight these stories as they develop and bring attention to the minds shaping tomorrow.
It took me
today.
several months to find him, but when I did, it blew my mind.
Could it be that his inventions pose a genuine threat to established industries? Let's compare. In China, innovation is fast, bold, and unapologetically national. They are driving groundbreaking advancements in automation, with recent announcements revealing China's ambitious push to establish itself as a global leader in the field.
At the headquarters of EX Robot, technical director Wang Feng shows off the capabilities of his creations.
The Chinese government doesn't wait for foreign approval. They build their own ecosystems. Huawei didn't need a license from the West to dominate telecom. BYD and NIO didn't ask Tesla for permission to innovate in electric cars. China didn't wait for validation, it created alternatives. In America, the story is the same. Companies like Apple, Tesla, and SpaceX bet on their own ideas, risky or not. Elon Musk didn't wait for Germany to say his electric vision was real. Steve Jobs didn't ask Japan to validate the iPhone. They trusted their ecosystem, and the world followed. But in Africa, we invent, then we wait for America to clap, for China to invest, for CNN to report. That's the dangerous cycle Maxwell may be repeating. Here's what happens when we wait. Talent is exported. Technology is repackaged. Africa loses control. Many African innovations end up patented in foreign countries. African stories told by Western voices. African breakthroughs profiting non-African companies. And now, as Chikumbutso reportedly negotiates with international stakeholders, the fear is clear. Will this technology leave Africa before Africa even gets to use it? Let's be clear. This is not just about one man. It's about a continent, a mindset, a future. Maxwell Chikumbutso may have cracked the code of free energy, but if Africa doesn't claim it, fund it, protect it, and scale it, someone else will, and they will sell it right back to us. Africa doesn't need more dreamers, it needs doers. We need to stop asking, will the West accept this? And start asking, how do we launch this ourselves? Here's what must change. Build local incubators that fund homegrown tech, create patent protection hubs across African countries, educate the youth on intellectual property and commercialization, shift media focus to spotlight African success stories before the West claims them. Chikumbutso's invention should be manufactured in Africa by Africans for the world. Let it be validated by African scientists, backed by African investors, and protected by African law. Maxwell Chikumbutso's story is a symbol of brilliance, but also a symbol of Africa's painful habit of looking outward instead of inward. The world is watching, not because they want to help Africa succeed, but because they want to know how soon they can own what Africa invents. So this is a call not just to Chikumbutso, but to every African.
That's it from us at Voice of Africa News, your trusted source for stories that shape our continent. If you found this update valuable, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Stay informed, stay connected, and be part of the conversation as we bring you the latest updates from every corner of Africa. Until next time, keep your voice strong and keep it African.